Hello everyone, welcome to the Tea Crane. I'm Tyas Sosen and today I am on the second floor in my store in Kyoto, and I wanted to briefly talk about an aspect of tea ceremony that I think is very important, very interesting. It's a very important aspect and you might learn a thing or two. What I want to talk to you about is the fan. The fan that we use in tea ceremony is a ceremonial fan. It looks like this. It's a tiny fan, but it is hardly ever used for cooling yourself down. So you don't open it and you don't cool yourself with. It is solely made for ceremonial purposes. And so it is used as mainly a border between yourself and the other person or the space that you're addressing. As you may know, in Japanese culture, it's common to bow. And bowing to people comes from, well, more often nowadays, you do it standing. But bowing to people comes from doing it seated on the floor. And that bowing gesture usually goes together with placing your hands on the floor or placing your hands in front of your knees. This hand gesture is basically the same as what the fan does, only the fan amplifies the meaning of that gesture. The meaning of that gesture is it creates a border between yourself and the other and the space that you're addressing. And that border is not only dividing but also connected. By putting the fan down in front of you, you say, the space that I require is only up till here. The space beyond that is for everyone else to use. I don't have any use for it. I don't need to be there. But at the same time, you also say the space up till here is the space that I require. At the same time, respect the space that is there for others. And you also ask for respect for the space that is there for you. So this border connects as well as divides. You say, here is where my space ends, and there is where your space begins. So there's a distinction between your space, my space, but there's also the connection between where does that border go over in the other space. So that is one aspect of what this fan does. This fan, when you're moving about in the tea chamber, you hold it in front of you like this. So your little finger of your right hand is always on the pivot. That is very common in traditional arts. Even in the No, you use your little finger on the pivot and you hold your fan to perform. Then your left hand holds the fan like this. So your thumb is on top, on the tip of it, and your fan rests on your forefinger. And that is how you hold it in front of you and how you move about in the room. So you hold it at about breast height and you keep your distance, your space. And that is a form of showing respect for others and humility. The fan, as I said, is rarely opened. Not all fans actually have this cutout, this design. This is specifically for the Enshu school. And what is specific about the Enshu school's fans as well is that it has the house crest, the Shippomon, as well. I don't know where you're going to be, perhaps here. Besides these letters, you can see a little glossy circle crest. That is something that is specific. And then there's also, let me open it a little bit further, there's also the Grand Master's signature. So this is what this fan looks like on the inside, but it is very rare that we open these fans. The only time that we would open it is we open it half. We'd open it this far, and that is done when we are going to present an envelope with money, for example, to our teacher, or to someone whom we're giving a gift. You always give something as a gift on a tray, or you put it in a fuxa. You might, for example, put money in a cloth like this, and that is how you would present it. But for lack of that, or if we don't have a tray at hand, we use the fan instead. And so you would put the envelope with money on the fan, turn the fan, and present it like this to the other person. And then the other person would take it off on their fan, so it goes from tray to tray and gives you your fan back. And then of course there's the greetings with the fan in front. And it's common, if someone greets you without a fan, then you greet back without a fan. If someone greets you with a fan, you greet back with a fan. These are very common items used in tea ceremony. One other aspect of how this fan is used is also again as a tray for when, for example, you run out of fuxa to put the utensils on, when you're looking at the utensils after a service of tea, because always you get to see the tea caddy, the tea scoop, maybe you get to see the tea bowl, etc. And when you have your fuxa with you, but you might, a fuxa might still be out, or the next guest has not seen the previous utensil yet, then you might have to use your fan. And again, what you would do is you open it half and you use it for the tea scoop only. So you would place the tea scoop in the center, and using the fan you can inspect the tea scoop more closely without just having to well, throw it around in the air, but have something neat under it so that you can pay some respect to it and handle it in a proper manner. So these are the ceremonial fans that we use in the tea ceremony. They are very common. Each practitioner has one, and it takes a little bit of practice and understanding of how to properly use these utensils. But once you get it down, it is very proper way, and it's a good way to show respect to someone else, and also show etiquette in the tea chamber. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll keep sharing more small details about what goes on in the tea chamber, what happens with tea ceremony, and how we do things over here. If you're interested to learn more, see more videos, don't forget to subscribe, tick the bell, get notified of new updates, and I hope I will be seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.